Yeah, thanks for sticking around. What an exciting start to this season and the way that our kids started, really offensively, defensively, just about how we had it scripted, and we're hoping to get an opportunity for our playmakers to go do some things early, and they did. I thought you look at the offensive plan, the defensive plan, and then the kicking plan. I thought the coordinators and then the assistant coaches on either side of the ball did a great job putting together a game plan that we had a number of reps that we felt game ready to go play and execute. And then our kids did a great job on understanding the reasons why we were making these calls. And I thought, there was a little bit of a lull in the second quarter, but some leadership started to show up there at halftime and into the second half. Excited for our team to be 1-0, and I can't thank the fans enough for what it felt like running out of Tiller Tunnel and Ross-Ade Stadium. It was electric, and our team appreciates that. I appreciate all the things and the moving parts that go in. We had a donor dinner last night. Over 600 people were there. Purdue and the Purdue way is going to win, and so honored and excited to be a part of it. Very thankful for it, and I can't wait to see this at night, 7:30 next week. And we'll continue to build this team. We're nowhere close to where we need to be, but we'll continue to work, and the process will eventually take over. And I spoke, I believe it was last week, to our team just about eventually you just become numb to it. And the way you prepare and your habits, so they show up every single day, your habits will be defined on game day. So we're a lot better right now than we were yesterday at this time. And then our goal will be to be so much better next Saturday night than we were tonight, and then just keep building from there.
Question for Coach. Samuel starts off.
Barry, you said numerous times this team is not last year's team, but knowing what this program went through last year, did you feel like you needed a performance like this, a start like this, to kind of atone for what these fans did see last year?
I think the locker room, we have done enough that the locker room really hasn't given any thought for last year. Even the guys that were here, it does us no good at all. It's wasted energy when you think about something that you were not part of. So it does you no good from the process, the habits, the preparation. Any of that on wasted energy on that takes away from preparing the right way. So I thought our locker room was in good shape. I really wanted to play well and get a win for Purdue. And no matter what they thought of last year or the last time that they saw the team play, we're always judged on results. And it doesn't matter your effort and how hard you tried. At the end of the day, you're judged on results. So for the Purdue fans and donors and faithful and Boiler Nation, I'm thrilled that our team went and got a win and represented them, hopefully, in the way that we'll start doing a lot of times around here.
Barry, I wanted to ask you about the start. You sort of mentioned in your opening statement the script, I guess, that you guys came out and adhered to there. Just seemed like very deliberate, the connection between Ryan and Armand there. Just how early in the game plan, I guess, did that show up where you could attack there, and what did you feel like you accomplished there with the way those first two possessions went?
I think you look really in first games, the unknown, and it's every game. You've got to make adjustments throughout the course of the game. But you go into the first game and they had, 50-something new players on their roster, new staff, so you build what you think is the right plan. Their defensive coordinator was at Ball State last year, so you wonder if there's carryover there. Special teams film, we were looking at UConn because there was a carryover there. So you're trying to merge and build all these things, but at the end of the day, fundamentally, you've got to have a belief and a foundation of who you are and how you're going to go attack versus a certain look. And again, I thought Coach Henson and the offensive staff, to start the game off, they had, plan A, plan B, and plan C. Let's look what we're getting, and then if we're getting this, we're going to go to this bank of calls. So did a great job calling, and our kids did a great job executing it. Coach Shear on the other side and his staff did the same thing. If we were going to get 12 personnel, we knew exactly what call we were going to get by this formation on that yard line, kind of what we felt. And he did a great job on preparing the team to be able to go execute in those situations.
Barry, just speak to the play of the defense today. I think 4 sacks, 7 TFLs, and the importance of keeping the 0 on the board, getting the shutout.
Yeah, I think you look, number one, I'm excited that we held them, out of the end zone, and they missed a couple of kicks, which was great. We didn't force any turnovers, which we've got to do. Tackling was average at best. I thought we tackled well early, and then we didn't tackle very well throughout the course of the game. Third down efficiency, I've got to look at it and study a little bit on the reasons, where we came up there. But in the world of college football today, it doesn't matter who you're playing, it's hard to shut somebody out. And we'll build on that. And I think it's important that our team eventually, we're going to end up, and we're close. We're close in a lot of spots, that they understand this. If you prepare the right way, the process takes over, and it's nameless, faceless, and you just go execute. And when you can get in that flow state and how you play, things seem to slow down. And I think there were points in time throughout the game that defensively we were able to do that. You play fast, you play confident, and the confidence is built with true self-belief. You don't have to fake your way through it when you prepare the right way. So we did some good things, and man, we got a long ways to go.
Coach, you're saying you brought into this season is hard, smart, and tough. Did you see what you wanted to see in those regards today?
We made steps in the right direction. We're nowhere near a finished product. I did think overall the team played fairly smart. I remember obviously a couple of penalties. I would have to look at that exactly. We had 3 for 25. I would rather that be 0. We did not turn the ball over, which is huge. So that's big. We saved some yardage and field position with Mike catching the punts. He let the first 2 bounce, and then he got in the rhythm and was able to, save some yards there. I thought our kickoff coverage did a great job. Kicks early weren't great, but a smart football game with, I think our quarterbacks made smart decisions. I think our defense got us out of some calls by formation that they needed to, and they executed, whether it was unbalanced or some different things that we were trying to get. I don't think we missed any calls with that defensively. So the smart side of it, we're getting there. We need to become a really, really smart football team. Situationally, how important that is. Toughness, that's mental and physical, and I think you're always working to get to a championship level there. So we've got work to do, and they did some good things. And then the ability to strain and just play hard. I think the Purdue people will recognize that, they'll embrace that, and that's got to become who we are, because it doesn't matter home or away or playing in the parking lot. If you have those qualities with you, they travel really well.
Barry, right over here. You talked about the atmosphere when you ran out of Tiller Tunnel, the electricity of that. Just what was going through your mind in those moments? And as a little bit of a follow-up, was there a little bit of a deep breath when you score on the 3rd snap of the game?
This could be a long-winded answer. I'll try not to go there. I was excited. I really was. The tunnel, the distance. I'm not in great shape. So the energy and the emotion, and you get to that point, you're like, time to take the field, and then the Big Ten Network was there for an interview. I felt like I was out of breath. And I just wanted to make sure we started the game the right way. And, when we hit the, then Armand made the run after the catch, the ball was placed good. There was a small moment of like, okay, now you get into the flow of the game. I'm certainly excited about that, but man, that place will be one of the toughest atmospheres in college football when we get this deal rolling. And I'm very, very thankful to have the opportunity to coach in that stadium.
Barry, real quick, did you get a game ball? And number 2, you talk about used to play Ryan Browne.
Say about the game ball.
Did they give you a game ball?
Mike Levinsky gave it to me, and very, very thankful for him and his leadership. And he's provided a platform and a culture of success, and he's helped us every step of the way. Him, his team, Tiffany Grimes is in every staff meeting. She's our sport administrator, and every single day there's communication, there's alignment, there's vision, And when you have that, it's a powerful, powerful thing that I'm very, very thankful for. Ryan Browne, I thought executed the game plan well. Thought he made some really smart decisions. Took a couple of hits I didn't want him to take out in the open field running, but he said, I need to get hit a couple times to feel good, to feel right. And I understand that as a player, as a competitor, we just got to be smart with that. And then, the quarterback position, it's so important, but it's as important that the 10 guys around him play really well to make his job easier. At the end of the day, he's going to go down on, did we win or lose? And ultimately, that's what quarterbacks are judged on, a lot like the head coach. So Ryan takes it personal, and again, I will think, I've said it over and over, and Tom, you're tired of me saying it, I know, I read your body language now. I think our quarterback room will help us win games. And thought Malachi stepped in and how we were calling at that point, did some really good things, and Bennett Meredith is making good plays, and Evans Chuba is coming on, and if I don't play Barry Odom, I'm going to hear it at home. So there's a lot of, Coach Henshaw has done a great job with that room of getting them from where we started until where we are today, being game ready. I think Ryan started off in the way that we expected and needed him to.
Barry, I had you guys taking, I think it was 23 guys that took snaps on defense in the first half, somewhere around that. Is that the kind of, I know we've talked about the depth all along, but do you expect to play that deep throughout the season, or is this part of the evaluation that now you get a new, very unique set of data to go through?
I think, number one, we looked at who was game ready, and then, were they game ready? Okay, yes. Were they in a position that we felt like they were going to be able to execute the game plan and play winning football? And if you have those two things that match up, then let's find a way rotationally to get them in the game. So, as a staff this morning, we had a 7:30 staff meeting, and we went exactly through the rotation on what it was going to look like by position, and we'll do that every week. And then the players need to expect what they're stepping into. If they're going to play on the third series, then no matter what's happened, you make those decisions in the calm of a meeting room, and then you stick with them. And if you do those things, if you prepare the right way, then you get guys playing. And 23 for me, I think that will continue to carry on as long as guys continue to prove it and play and practice that way and prepare that way, and then show up when their number's called.
Coach, over here. Can you provide an update on freshman wide receiver Jaleel?
Yeah, it's unfortunately a lower leg injury. Would expect that he's going to miss significant time.
Same thing.
Kind of going off the receivers, Armand Branch is a guy, you brought in a lot of guys in the spring, and he was the guy who stayed here. I think he went in the portal initially and quickly came out of it. What did he show you in the spring and then throughout the fall, where now he appears to be a big-time playmaker for your offense?
It's amazing, the connections. As you're in the business for a long time, you know a lot of people, and his high school coach is a guy that was on my staff at the University of Missouri, A.J. Afadle, and was a great player at Missouri, played in the NFL for a number of years, and Festus High School outside of St. Louis. So I knew of Armand before I got here through the recruiting process. He was a 7'2" high jumper in high school, got electric skills. This hasn't shown up in a playing yet. I think he had one touch last year. So I knew he had ability. Okay, let's try to get him in position that it shows up consistently on the field. So I was certainly excited that he decided to stay. He made, obviously the one catch and run, but I felt like he was really good. There were times I noticed him flashing, blocking. We challenged everybody, how are you going to play when you don't have the ball in your hands, right? What's that effort look like? What's that strain look like? And I noticed him one time over on the sideline, put the defensive back over on the sideline. And so I think Armand has grown up in 8 months and will continue to be and can be an electric player for us.
Back rally.
Coach, it seemed like throughout the course of the entire game, right over here, that there was just this consistent level of energy across the board. How did you see your guys kind of build off each other, offense to defense, defense to special teams, and so on?
Yeah, I certainly don't want to take away from the win, but I thought our sideline, the energy from the guys that were not on the field, we weren't anywhere close to where we need to be. So I did not do a good enough job teaching them on what that looks like. We'll get that fixed, because you've got, one of the components of our bottom line is you've got to play with energy and enthusiasm. And if you're not one of the 11 on the field, then man, you better bring it on the sideline. Everybody's got a job to do, and we'll get that fixed. I thought overall, you heard the conversations on the side between offense, defense, and kicking on playing complementary ball. You know, celebrate success, but you know, there's times you get in a 12-play drive, and we need some juice on the sideline. So we'll get there. We're learning as we go, and we'll be a lot better next Saturday than we were today.
Any more questions for Coach? All right.